So I'm going to take you through a flow today that just invites you to come as you are, to soften where you need, and to move in a way that feels good for you. So everything I offer today is just going to be a guide, and it's okay if I see you moving a little differently because you're making it feel good for your body. I really want you to celebrate just how things feel good and gentle and soft for you. We're all going to start seated on our chairs today. So if you'd like to pull up a chair, literally, you can choose to either sit right back in your chair or even at the edge of your chair. And throughout the practice, you might feel like you want a little bit of both. It might feel more grounding and supportive to sit all the way back, but sometimes we just have a little bit more room to move right here at the front. I want you to just immediately soften the shoulders a little bit. Yeah, that's a good little wriggle we've got going. And I just want you to know the only thing we don't have time for today is time to rush. Just stay as long as you like in each pose and really honor that each of us have come here today with our own life story. And so we're going to move in a way that is really unique and that feels really safe for us, for each of us. So to begin, I'm going to invite you to make some energy with me with your own hands and gently rub them together until you feel some warmth and maybe a little tingle in your fingertips. And when you start to feel that warmth generated by the magic of your own touch, I want you to place one palm over your heart, the other palm on top. And I'm going to ask you to gently close down your eyes if that feels good. To feel your feet grounding into the earth. To feel the warmth of your hands holding your heart gently, the way you would hold a friend. And when I invite you to take a deep breath in with me, I want you to feel that breath lengthening your spine, filling up your heart and your belly, like you're filling everything up to the brim. And when you exhale, I want you to feel your shoulders soften. Now we're going to stay here together knowing we are sharing the energy of this breath. 4 more times together, I want you to inhale like you're filling your body up. And when you breathe out, I want you to feel your shoulders drop about 30 inches, and I want you to let your jaw just sigh. An inhalation to ground through the feet, to grow tall through the spine. And an exhalation to just let it all go, really starting to arrive in your body. And again, an invitation to breathe in, a gentle smile with the lips. Think about what it feels for your body to smile too. And an exhalation that invites softness and gentleness. One more time. We inhale and ground through the feet, our spine growing like we were a flower growing towards the sun. When you breathe out, I want you to feel this big letting go, making space for something new, something stronger. More love, more peace. And then when you open your eyes, smile as though everyone could see it, like you're sharing it with each other. And one more time, I'm going to ask you to bring that beautiful warm energy into your hands. We're going to start moving through some of the energy fields in your body to regulate a feeling of calm and peace. When your hands feel warm this time, I'd like you to place Soft palms either right in front of your eyes or gently over the eyes if you'd like to feel that warmth. And then I want you to breathe into that energy that you've just made with your hands. Try to stay soft and gooey with your shoulders. And then bring your middle fingers right here to your temples with me. Yeah, peekaboo. Now on the in-breath, we're going to use those middle fingers to trace a line behind our ears, gently down the neck. And I want you to just gently place your hands on your shoulders. And you want the hands to be soft but firm, just enough to feel a little bit of a stretch. You might even like to mobilize the neck, side to side or front to back. Start listening in to what feels good and spend as long as you can in those places. And then your hands are going to come down and gently cradle one elbow. We fill the body and the heart with breath. The heart is what we lead with today. And when we breathe out, the hands come apart and find your ribs. This time when you breathe in, you'll feel your ribs expand. And as you breathe out, your hands slide down the outside of your thighs. And if it feels okay to go a little lower, we're going to go down inside the calves, past the tippy toes, and then breathe in some new energy up the inner calf, outer thigh, up to the ribs. And this time we're going to make a light tapping sound. And we're going to breathe in. This fairy touch just reminding us that we are right here in our body. And then we're going to bring the hands straight back over the heart, remembering this is where we find our peace today. This is what we lead from. The fingertips, the middle ones, come back to the temples. We trace behind the ears. We bring them down the neck and gently pull down the shoulders. This is where I want your shoulders to have permission to just let go. If you feel called, you might even use your finger pads to knead any little juicy, knotty bits that you feel here. A little self-love and care by the touch of your own hands. And then we hold one elbow, one palm, breathe in. As we breathe out, the hands come to the ribs. One more time, we fill the ribs with breath, like you're making more space in your body. And as you breathe out, we trace flat palms down the outside of the thighs, all the way down the inside of the calves, and we sweep off the energy and bring it back up inside the calves, outside the thighs. And this time I want you to make a little bit of noise with that fairy flutter. The fingertips gently tap. And we breathe as though we're trying to energize. Yeah, well done. One more time, the hands go over the heart, gently hugging her like she was your friend. Because she really is. And then we bring the fingertips right here and we trace that line for the last time. Behind the ears. We gently cradle the shoulders and draw them down so it feels like we have more space and release in the neck. And then the hands hold the elbows. Press into the feet, grow through the spine. Breath in. And as you breathe out, find your hands reaching around for your ribs. Beautiful. When you breathe in, we expand the ribs. And on the out-breath, we're just going to soften, melting through the spine, outside legs, soft face, soft neck and shoulders, inside legs. And then we come back up the same way, inside the calves, outside the thighs. And this time, the last time, we make a little tapping sound, as though we're gently awakening the body with our breath, saying good afternoon. Like this is a brand new start for the day. We're going to interlock our fingers now, holding that energy, Palms to heart to begin. Breathe into this space. And quietly let it go. We're going to flip the palms and either reach them forward or all the way up to the sky, whichever feels good. And as you consciously press through your feet, I want you to grow like your feet were grounding you, but your spine was lifting you. And then we're going to sweep the arms open into this big, beautiful breath, hands beside, and before interclasping the fingertips again. Now we're going to do that same breath sequence 5 times, hands to heart. Draw the energy forward, draw the energy up if it feels good, and then just splay the fingers and grow into the breath, arriving back to the hands and back to the heart. Feel that flow as we go, reaching for something in front of us, above us, and something opening us. Just being reminded by how magic and powerful the simplicity of just a big, yummy stretch can feel sometimes. Hands to heart and in front, overhead and open out just as much as you would like. 2 more times through. Now, I'm a bit of a cheeky counter sometimes, but I just want you to go with it. If I lose my count, I just want you to keep going in a way that makes you feel good. You can add as much energy or as much softness as you choose today. Interlock fingers, hands to heart for the last time. Reach in front of you and into all the spaces around you as you just let that go. Beautiful. Now, warming through the spine, I'm going to ask you to just take your fingertips and cradle your knees, almost like you're going to gently pull on those knees in order to open your heart. So when you breathe in, you're going to gently pull on the knees and lift your heart and your face to the sun. And when you breathe out, I want you to softly curl back into the shell of your spine, a little C shape, and your palms will just gently find some grounding on your thighs here, so you have something to support you. The fingertips hold the knees and we breathe in to open our hearts to the sun. And we breathe out to soften into the shell of our spine. Shoulders go wide, but they soften down. One more time, a little pull on the fingertips to open your heart space. I always like to think here like we're smiling across the chest. And an exhalation to softly let go. Now gently reorganize the spine to sit up as nice and tall as it feels natural and beautiful to do so. We're going to reach both hands up to the sky. And I want you to just drop whichever hand drops first and let the other hand just reach up and over into a gentle side stretch. That's it. We're going to do that just 3 more times. And what we're doing here together is we're gently moving the spine in all the directions she likes to move. So the spine likes to extend, it likes to gently flex, it likes to move side to side, and it likes to gently twist. So that's going to be the last step. We're going to have our hands on our knees. I want you to pick up your right hand, reach up, and then just reach behind you. If you have the back of a chair, you might just hold the back of the chair and gently breathe out to look over your back shoulder. That hand reaches back up to the sky and brings you back around to the middle. Hips feeling nice and grounded. The left hand reaches up and it reaches for something behind you until it might find the chair or even the hand on the seat of the chair. Soften your face to look back past the chair. Hand reaches all the way up and comes back to the center. Just one more time with your own flow of breath, reaching for something above you, gently reaching for something behind you and softening into the twist. Reaching for something above you And softening your hand back down. Last time. Flowing gorgeously. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach back. And then find another breath that really lifts you and softens you into a gentle twist that feels nice. And when you come back to the center, I want you to just start rolling through your shoulders one at a time. And if you want to get a little more animated with it, you might even just feel your ribs sliding from side to side, like we're having a little lunchtime dance through the body. And the next thing I want you to do is actually try to relax through the head, the neck, and the shoulders. Now, this is where I don't want you to think about what it's supposed to look like, but only how it feels. So let the head soften where it needs to, let the shoulders melt where they need to, and let the ribs glide where they want to. That's it. Now when you come back to the center, just that last little wiggle, and I'm going to get you to splay your fingers wide and gently press down on your legs. Now, as you're pressing down gently on the legs, you're going to feel how your arms start to activate a little. How can we activate the arms without accidentally activating the shoulders? We're going to press through the palms but drop down through the shoulders at the same time. And I always think of this one kind of like a little turtle in a shell, and he just pops his little head out and you can feel that lengthening through the neckline here. Then I just want you to soften and relax. We're going to practice that 4 more times. We ground through the hands and lift through the heart. We're trying to see if we can keep the shoulders soft but the arms strong. Then we just let it go. 2 more times, just enough pressure through the palms. You can feel some gentle activation in the arms and gently through the core. And then we just let it go and go all smushy and relaxed. The last time we ground. And with an upright spine, you might feel just some gentle muscles lighting up. And then we let go and we have that little wiggle. Now we're going to bring that same strength of energy into our legs. You won't really be able to see what we're doing, but you will be able to feel it. I simply want you to hold the outsides of the chair or your legs so that you feel grounded. And I want you to push just enough into your feet, like you're pushing your feet into the earth, that you might just stand up out of your chair, but you don't. And I want you to just give me a little thumbs up if you feel a little bit of work here in the thighs when you press down through the legs. Amazing. And if you actually hold it there for a little while, they might even get a tiny little shiver. Now just let it go relaxed, nice and gooey. You've got to have some fun in between, okay? So we work and then we dance. We're going to ground through the hips, grow through the spine, and soft neck, gooey shoulders. We're going to push our feet through the earth. I want you to imagine that you're about to push down to stand right up, only you hold that energy there. And then I want you to let it go and have a little dance. Now we're going to do this 3 more times, but with a count of 5. So we're really going to focus on the breath, the count, and bringing our body into that strength. Soft shoulders and strong body as we press through the feet now for 5. For 4, something cheeky you could add is to see if you can squeeze your bum at the same time. It's actually quite challenging to do. And then just let it go and have that little dance. Sometimes it's nice to just have a little dance when nobody's watching, or even if they are. 2 more times through, we ground through the feet, soft shoulders, strong body for 5. See if you can still keep your breath flowing for 4. We squeeze the legs if we can for 3. 2, shoulders are still soft. Legs are a little juicy now, and go all nice and gooey. So we have this beautiful contrast of strength meets softness. And then for the very last time, now on this last one, a little option, if you want to lean forward ever so slightly, so from upright, I've leaned forward just a little bit. it'll help you to access your bum muscles a little bit more. So with this little lean, I want you to squeeze gently through the bum and thighs, and now just pretend we're going to stand up now for 5, just pretending that the legs and the bum is working as though they were going to help you up. For 3, for 2, let's find a little shiver, for 1, and then just let it go all nice and fluffy. Well done. Now, all I'm going to ask you to do is just gently wave your hands up and down. So soft and gentle, like you're hardly even forcing it all. You're just letting the hands float themselves up and float themselves down. It's a real sense of gentleness and grace. Only go as high or as low as you like. Because while you're doing this and keeping energy in the body, I'm going to introduce you to what I call a little bit of myofascial flow. So myo means muscle and fascia means tissue. So we're going to strengthen the muscle and lengthen the tissue. And there are 4 big myofascial lines within the body, and we're going to explore them and name them together. One more breath here, push into the feet and grow through the arms and spine, and then just relax. Have a little wiggle, and I'm going to introduce you to the first line, which is your front line. I want you to follow my fingers. We're going to start here at the eyebrows. Within our body, we all have a line of fascia or tissue that gently comes down the front of our face, the neck, through the front of the body, all the way down the thighs, the top to the top of the feet, and all the way back up again. Now, what we call this line, when we open it, is the line of courage, because it is brave to open our hearts. And then there is another line, which I'm going to get you to imagine with me, that starts at the eyebrows, but it goes over the back of the head, back of the neck, back of the shoulders, down the spine, past your booty, backs of the legs, backs of the calves, and it comes under your foot and finishes at your big toe. So that's like me telling you that your eyebrows are connected to your big toe, and that would be absolutely true. Now we're going to lengthen that back line, and that looks like this gentle curl, like when we did our cat curl. So I want you to gently soften your head, and you might even put your hands together and gently reach them out in front. And if you have a little sneak peek, you'll see that I'm gently stretching my arms forward while gently curling my spine backward. So we call this the line of protection. So 3 times through, we're going to gently rise and open the hands, and we're going to embody our line of courage. And then we're going to soften our face, our neck and shoulders, and we're going to breathe into our line of protection. Both are important. Inhale, courage. And on the next exhale, it's this feeling of safety and protection from your own body, for your own body. Inhale one more time. Hands can be as soft or as strong as they'd like to be. Breathing in courage and a gentle curl into our back line of protection. And then when you drop the hands and you let those shoulders have a nice little shimmy, you're going to let the head go all soft and gooey too. We're going to look at the outside lines of the body. So basically, if you take your hands, it's kind of running down the whole outside. So underneath the arms, down the outside of the legs to the little pinky toe, and all the way back up again. This long, interconnected line of fascia. Now I want you to feel what it's like to stretch that. You're going to ground down through your right hip and lift up through your right hand. Now your right hand, it's going to reach up and over to the left, but I would like you to keep your right hip grounding down and your tummy gently pulling back. And then I want you to give me a thumbs up if you can feel a stretch opening up your right ribs. Yay, okay, good. We're going to come back up through the center with the left hand and gently take the left hand over. Now you might notice your left bum wants to come up, but if you gently soften that down and lean away from it like it was your anchor, you might feel a little more. All we're going to do is move through that side to side 2 more times. Right, left, right, left. Notice that you can have your elbow really floppy and bent if that feels yummier. It's a different sensation if the elbow's bent or extended. And it's nice to explore all of them so you feel your yum, you feel your yes, that's what I needed. That's what feels best for me today. And on the last 2, I'm going to encourage you to see how soft and almost ragdoll-like you can make your head. So when you get there, just go, and see if you can actually let your head just go all nice and gooey to enhance that stretch. We call this the line of space. So as you do the last one, I want you to breathe into those ribs and out into those ribs. You are creating more space in your body. And then we're going to open and soften a little wiggle to reset. The last line we're going to explore is called the divine line. And it's a deep line of fascia that runs from inside the big toe, deep along the inside of your calves, up along the inner thigh line. And this is the fascia that holds everything in the body, deep within the core, all the way up to the neck. And we're going to just take our legs a little bit wider to be able to feel the lengthening through the divine line. So we're going to wiggle our butt back, regardless of how far back or forward you are. I want you to have this feeling like you lift your hips up a little bit and just stick your bottom out. And you'll just feel there's a little more energy here when you do that. Good adjustment. Now, as you press down through your feet, can you imagine that you're gently squeezing your thighs? Maybe you can feel that already. And then imagine those thighs are rolling outward. And you can even use your thumbs inside the thigh and use your fingertips to gently roll those muscles back if you'd like to. We take a deep breath in. And when you lean forward a little bit, you might be able to access something through that line. Can I get any little nods or a little thumb if there's anything through that line? Great. We're going to, yes, definitely for me too. We're going to inhale, soften all the way out of it. And we're going to remember how beautiful and soft we're going to keep our shot. Yes, you have the moves. We're going to do that 3 more times. We roll the legs back gently or just ground down, a little lean forward and a little squeeze of the thighs. If you tuck the chin, you can just lengthen the neck, soften the neck, and then just ease out of it. Now, just 2 more times. If you're wanting a little more energy, you could just think about pushing your feet into the ground. That's all it takes. And like you're pressing from the heels out into the balls of your feet. That's it. And easing back. For the last one, just feel like you're squeezing the legs, opening your heart, and feeling your feet really rooting down into the ground. That's it. And when you let go, you're going to let yourself have a little shimmy and close the legs together. Because from this point, we're going to take, I might mirror you, we might keep right, left, our right butt cheek on the chair. And if we have space, could we stretch out our left leg? Cool. Yes. Now, when you've got your bottom sitting just right, we're going to squeeze this thigh here, and we're going to lift up the heart. And with this staying opened, you can either keep your hands here or on your hips. We're just going to take a gentle lean forward and wiggle that foot out as far as you need. And I'm wondering if this gives you a slightly deeper stretch when it's just focusing on the one leg. Good. Inhale, we come up nice and tall. And exhale, we squeeze the thigh to take a little dive forward. Absolutely beautiful. One more time, inhale to lift up, and make sure that you feel as supported as you can be on that chair. So the back of the thigh can be on the chair as well. A little lean forward and back. We're only doing it one more time, and we're only going to go as deep as it feels good to. Shoulders and neck soft, embodying that long leg. And then we bring it back up and slide it back in. We're going to feel a little taller after this. Well done. So we do a little bum shuffle. So now we have our left hip and thigh on, and we've extended out through our opposite leg. Give it a little bit of a squeeze, and then open up your heart, hands here or here. On your out breath, you take a little bow. You might feel a little bit of hamstring energy here too along the back of the leg. Inhale, lift up. And sometimes you'll only need to float forward a centimeter to feel something here. And that's all we're looking for, is to feel that gentle connection to stretch. So we're bringing energy into the tissues of your body. Well done. That's it. We're only going to do that one more time. Try to soften into the spine as you come forward. Unclenched, beautiful breath. And then we're going to come all the way back into the middle. Now, I just want you to start prancing through your feet. So what's happening is I'm just lifting one heel and then the other, and one heel and then the other. Just like a little prancing action. That's it. And I want you to keep rolling through your shoulders as you do that. And we're just giving the feet a really nice stretch. So we're remembering that even the big toe is connected to all these muscles that run up the back of our body. Even by moving and strengthening your foot, you're strengthening your whole back line of your body at the same time. Nice. Now from here, if you can come forward in your chair just a little bit, you just need enough space to stretch out your right leg. So if you see from this side, I just need enough space that I can lengthen out the right leg. And then gently curl the toes to your nose. That looks perfect. Now, even without going into that stretch, when I curled my toes back to my nose, I already felt that stretch. So I want you to keep a little baby bend in the right knee for me. We don't want to overwhelm the hamstrings. We just want to love them. Watch how I am deliberately trying to stick my bum out here so that I get as much length as I can. Good. Don't be shy. Now, when you squeeze that right thigh, you're going to keep softness here. Breathe into your heart. And the same thing, you're just going to keep your long spine and lean into the stretch. And when you feel it, you're going to move out of the stretch. That's the whole flow. An inhalation to open the heart and an exhalation to send your bottom back and the toes to nose. Yum. Just 2 more times. A little floating action forward and all the way back. Yes. A little floating action forward. It's perfect. And all the way back. A little swap of the legs. We're going to press down through that foot and extend out through the other. Doesn't matter which side we started on. I promise we get to both. Now we have the little butt wiggle, like you're sticking your butt out. We're curling the toes to nose. Soft bend in the knee and a nice little squeeze through the thigh. Just let your body gently fold into the movement. And then when you feel a stretch, gently come out. That's it. We gently fold into the movement. You might notice one side of your body feels different to the other. Me too. Just lovingly breathe energy wherever your body needs it. And on this last one, notice the difference it makes when you curl those toes to your nose ever so gently and stick your booty out a little bit. That's what gives you the most amount of length here. Yum. Now I really want to make that into a little flow with the legs and the arms. So I'm going to ask you to kick out, keep swapping legs so it doesn't matter which one, but we're going to send the other leg back out in front, toes to nose. And this time, when you take a breath in, I want you to pull the arms back into that line of courage. And when you breathe out, I want you to reach forward and look down. So the same beautiful hamstring calf stretch, but with the arm lines. Inhale, expand, and exhale, heart forward, hips backward. 2 more times. Inhale, beautiful. And just keep the arms really soft. Exhale, but the leg really strong. Inhale all the way, heart open. And last time, exhale, fold over your leg. Drop the hands, slide the leg back, and just have this little dance. I always like this as a reset, just to wiggle and make sure nothing is feeling too sticky and that you are letting your body have freedom. I always try to think that we want to breathe that fluidity over rigidity. Well done. And now we're going to take that little dance to the other side. So we're going to lengthen out through the other leg, toes to nose. We're going to expand to open your heart. And then slowly folding. That's it. You will open and close just as much as you like, as much as you need. Exhale. Gently send the hips back, the heart forward. And with 2 more breaths, even though we're stretching the leg, I'd like you to bring attention to how soft your neck and shoulders feel. Just let the head bow down so there's no pressure. You're just moving really soft, but kind of strong, all at the same time as you feel that leg stretching. When you bring that leg back in, have a little march through the legs, or even just that little prance we did up on the tippy toes. I just kind of want you to see if there's a little bit more lightness in your legs. And then we're going to take them out just a little bit. The reason I'm going to ask you to take your legs wider is because I want you to have space in your body here to mobilize through your spine. So we're going to place our hands gently back on the knees like we did before. And thinking like a cat-cow spine, we're going to open up the heart. And we're going to reset by pressing into the palms and curling back again. Just one more time before we add a little spin to this one. Inhale, open heart. And exhale, soften the chin and round the back body. Now this is where we make it a little more fun, a little more exploratory. We're about to just slow everything down with a really calming circular motion. So watch how I lean my chest to you, and then my chest to the side, and then I gently curl the chest back, and I'm just going around and around in this gentle circle. And then what I want you to do is see if you can do that with a soft neck and spine. And all you're going to do now is feel into it. If it feels safe, you might even gently close down your eyes so that you don't have to really overthink what it looks like. You can just make these beautiful circles until it feels like something that feels really good. Reverse the direction of that circle and just let your breath be really full and deep. That's it. Remember, strong open body, but soft shoulders. Breathing a little peace in and letting it all go. And then when you come back to the center, we're going to bring the legs together. And we are going to bring that energy that we made at the start of our class back into our body now as we come towards the end of our movement part before we have some really yummy, peaceful time. But I want you to move your hands until you actually feel how nice and warm they are. And then I want you to place that heat of your hand onto your thighs. I'm going to ask you to take your right palm, I'm going to mirror you, and push the sky away. I'm going to ask you to inhale and look up at that hand. And then as you breathe out, I'm going to get you to take your left hand and push down to the ground. And see if you can look down at that hand. We're going to now take that bottom hand up to the sky. So now your left hand feels like it's pushing the sky away, and your right hand pushes the ground away. And if you can just keep following me into that flow. Inhale to reach up, exhale to push down. I want you to feel and breathe into all this length and space you're making in your body by pressing up and down all at the same time. And then I just want you to see if it feels a little different. If you add a little smile on that out breath, feel how the body responds. Hands come back to the heart. Beautiful. And I just want your shoulders to go. Let your head feel nice and soft too. And with the shoulders heavy and the head like a rag doll, we'll slowly roll up to reorganize ourselves. One vertebra on top of the other until our spine is tall and our hearts are open. And then a big, beautiful breath that we're all going to share and collaborate on together. So feeling all the energy in the room, I want you to breathe in anything that feels good for you today and breathe out, hands back past heart center. And for this next breath, I want you to consciously set an intention for what you might like to breathe in. More joy, more peace, more calm, more gentleness, more love. Take that breath with me now and breathe it deep into your body until you feel filled to the brim with that energy. And feel everything soften and melt as your hands come back through your heart center. We're about to take some time to really marinate in the effects of your practice so that you can integrate and marinate and soften and find a deep sense of peace in your breath. For the next few moments, you could choose to be exactly as you are, seated, or if you'd prefer to move down to the ground and lay down, you may. Sometimes it's nice to lay down and put your legs up on the seat of the chair. But wherever you are, this is your transitional moment to just get really soft and to just close down your eyes whenever you're ready. And when you arrive in the shape that you've created with your body, whether seated or lying or anything in between, I want you to place tender palms someplace comforting upon your body, maybe over your heart, but maybe somewhere else calls you. And when you have given your body that tenderness, I just want you to feel yourself almost slow dancing with your breath. The inhalation, the expansion, and the exhalation, a tangible letting go. I want you to lean into these words with your breath and your body like you are saying them with your own heart. I am strong and I am soft. My heart is open. I feel love. This peaceful moment is especially mine. Melt into your moment with every new breath. fall deeper into your body and set a heart-filled intention that fills you right up. With each new breath, your body expands and it softens. Again and again. From the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, there is a long flow of energy. You can feel the dance, the way the inhalation lengthens your whole being, and the way your exhalation softens your whole being. Let your next breath feel almost tangible beneath your palms. Inhale. And hear your out breath. Big surrender sigh. We fill the body with breath and energy. And then this glorious, that's it. Stay slow dancing with that breath for just a moment. Feeling your tippy toes soften. And then your calves. And then your thighs and your hamstrings and your hips. They all just soften too with a gentle feel your spine soften. Your tummy, your heart, your shoulders. And feel your neck and jaw go all soft and gooey. And then I'm going to say a powerful incantation from my heart to your heart that I hope you'll repeat after me, whether quietly or all the way out loud. I embody my body. I love my body. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And in all the time you need, you might just start gently yawning into your spine, stretching into your arms or legs, bringing that little slow dance back to your ribs, and opening your eyes only when you feel ready. I always think it's special to finish the practice with a breath that we share in together, just honoring each other, because even in this way, we all really do feed off each other's energy. Every arm you see go up lifts yours a little higher. Every heart opens yours a little wider. So just an energy, love-filled breath for all of each of our hearts to each other. A deep breath in. And a breath out that brings us all together, hands to heart. The divine in me sees the divine in you. I feel the divine in you. Namaste.